Welcome to the Don't Talk Back to Your Mama podcast, where we talk about our views on being an entrepreneurial family. I'm Tiara.
I'm LaTanya.
And I'm Amari.
And what I do is I'm basically a bar owner. I've been in the bar industry for 12 years, and I opened my own bar 4 years ago, and I haven't turned back. What about y'all?
Well, I am a serial entrepreneur. I'm also the mama of Tiara and Mari, and sometimes I consider myself to be their momager. And I'm an educator, and I am the boss of business, and I keep it real.
And I go to college. I just make shit happen. I'm a hustler, and that's about it.
Love it. Okay, girl.
Period.
Hey.
And why are you willing to start a podcast? Like, what makes you think that we can do this?
Yeah, I think that, and I think I've been telling y'all this for a minute, it's just time to use our platform to really be able to share our journey, really show people what it really takes to be an entrepreneur, because we kind of just had to figure this shit out as we has gone on. And so I just think it's a great opportunity for us to be able to show people how to really be bosses, how to really build bank, and really just how we are able to still create balance, too, as well as a family of entrepreneurs.
Right, and I'm also excited just because this is going to be part of our legacy, and I love to build onto that. I'm just really excited to do this with my favorite people.
Yeah.
And I just feel like that's about it. What about you, Tiara?
It's about the legacy, though.
No, but really, though, I don't know why I'm here. No, I'm just kidding.
You feel forced?
A little. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, my mother did force me to be here, but I'm just hoping at the end of this that we all can grow. Hopefully we're documenting our views and our journeys so that in the future we can look back and be like, wow, we really, did that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to grow. I believe this was really out of me and your
Out our comfort zone?
out of our comfort zone.
Well,
For
sure.
sure.
Yeah, and you know how they talk about doing it for the culture? We doing it for the bosses. We doing it for the business owners, the entrepreneurs, to be able to really document, what this really takes and what this looks like and how we do this together.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
For sure. And just checking in, how are you feeling?
Ooh, let's start over
I'm
there.
feeling great. I'm so excited. This is honestly, even though this was really out of my comfort zone, I'm really actually excited because sometimes it's good to be out of your comfort zone and be put in uncomfortable situations, because that's just going to make you grow as a person. So I'm really excited to be here. I'm really excited. What about you, Mom?
Girl, y'all know how I be feeling every day. It's work. This stuff, people try to make this look so easy, and everybody thinks that it's just about all the flashy stuff, that possibly could come with it. But for me, I'm tired. I'm ready to give y'all the throne. I'm ready for y'all to just take over, because I'm tired. This has been a long time, and I'm just trying to enjoy the fruits of my labor. I've been planting seeds for a long time, planting seeds in y'all, and I'm just really ready to enjoy the fruits of my labor and just really enjoy freedom. Y'all know me. I keep talking about, being on these boats and these ships and taking all these trips. Yeah.
Period.
That's how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
How about you two?
Yeah, I'm definitely feeling anxious because, like Mari said, me and Mari are we don't like being in the spotlight. We don't like being the center of attention,
At
right?
all.
But our mama loves the center of attention.
Complete opposite.
Oh, girl, you have a bar, Tiara. How do you
girl,
not want to be the
bye.
center? You have a whole bar.
Oh,
And
girl, bye.
This takes being the center of attention. This is a lot of exposure. And if I think about 4 years ago, at one point, I don't know if this is still true, Tiara was the youngest, I think the youngest business owner. I don't know if it was the restaurant industry specific, but I remember seeing that for Restaurant Week here in Richmond. But I think you probably are still the youngest female in this industry.
Yeah, definitely probably the youngest female for sure. But there are people doing their thing, props to them or whatever. But, I don't want to be too optimistic or feel like I know everything. But I know a lot. Trials and tribulations, you hear me? I learned from making mistakes.
Yeah.
So I feel good about starting this and doing this with you guys.
Yeah.
I think it's different. We can jump right in.
Let's go.
If y'all are ready.
I'm down.
So our topic for today is the term boss overrated.
Well, y'all already know how I feel about that. I tell y'all all the time, everybody think they're a boss. Everybody balling. Everybody bossing up. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know if the phrase necessarily, though, y'all, is overrated. I think it's overused, and I think it's misused. Because for me, bosses are action. You know? What you think, college girl?
I definitely think boss is 100% overused. I think everybody calls themselves a boss, regardless of what it is they do or what it is they don't do. But I don't think it's overrated either. But I definitely do agree with you when you say it's overused.
Yeah. Everybody's a boss.
Yeah, for sure. And it's like I almost want to like ask all of these bosses, like, did someone buy you a gift on National Boss Day? Like, was there someone who was like, I'm coming to work today and making sure my boss feels appreciated? If you are a one-man army, if you have one employee, I just don't think you should say boss. Maybe like, you know, you run your business. For sure. And it's no shade to anyone that has like a boutique or something that doesn't need employees. But when I think about a boss, I think of someone who's a leader. Like, I think technically, if you just go by the definition, it's just someone who's in charge of workers or a group of people. Yeah. I don't feel like that's a true leader. I don't feel like that's a true entrepreneur. Yeah. I don't feel like when people say boss, it makes me feel like they're saying that they run this whole show when they ain't
running nothing. They're running themselves. And there's nothing wrong with that because you have to crawl before you walk. Yeah. But, you know, when I think about boss, I think about you're in charge. You're responsible for people. You're growing people. You're developing people. You're making sure people get paid. The people on payroll, you know, I think that it's way bigger than what you know, everybody's kind of putting out there to be. Just because you drive fancy cars and you can, you know, buy some clothes and things like that, that don't make you a boss. Yeah, you have to be in charge. You have to be in control of people, and people got to view you too as a boss. That's a big piece too as well. When people say, "Oh, she the boss, she in charge," you know how many times people come in here and they be like, "Oh, that she the boss, she over there." Right. That's when you really start walking in that path. If ain't nobody noticing you, ain't nobody, you know, stopping to talk to you. If ain't nobody recognizing you. You're not the boss. You're not the head person in charge. Right.
And even when you get that recognition, it's like what you do with it, right? Because at the end of the day, if there's someone working in my establishment, they are me. That if you're talking to them, pretend like you're talking to me. Yeah. I think that honestly, I don't think I'm necessarily a boss. I think that I have a team and we collaborate. Yeah. And I think that if I chose them to work here, that I trust them to run their position however they see fit. Yeah. So I think that when you put people in a position to not only make money, but to make decisions and to grow, and all you want is for them to grow, that means you're like a real boss. If you want to use the actual definition to me.
And I think that, you know, and Mar, I'd love to hear what you have to say because you've been working alongside all of us, between my brother, which is y'all uncle, Sierra, me. You know, I'll even go back to far as saying that when I jumped into corporate America, and I had the responsibility that I was responsible for people, coaching them, developing them, firing their asses. You know, I was the boss. I was the head person in charge. So it's not just about entrepreneurship, because I don't want to leave out the career people, the ones that's really leading these teams, you know, leading these major Fortune 500 companies. They bosses. That's a lot of responsibility when you're managing a budget, when you're responsible for making sure people get raises and making sure that people can get promoted. I think that's a big deal. But I'm curious to hear what your thoughts is on it, Mark, because you've been around this for a while. I think you kind of grew up in the club industry, right?
I did. 100%.
By force.
But definitely by force.
I was a club baby.
I was a club baby. I was a club baby.
Everybody knew you. Where's Mari? Yeah.
Right. And I just feel like growing up, my mom has always just been a boss to me. Like, just always, my entire life. Facts. Like, she's just always been a boss. And I also just want to say, like, you can always just, like, be on your shit and still not be a boss. You can be on your shit and still not be a boss. Yeah. Right?
Yeah. That's real. For real.
Right.
It's some people out here getting real money the right way.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to talk about the scammers later, but there's some people out here getting real money out here and doing it the right way. You know, this whole stock thing and, you know, what's the whole...
Forex.
I ain't on all that.
What happened to the Forex people, if you don't mind me asking?
Girl, the Forex people didn't realize and then caught along. They realized that the Forex was not working.
Wow.
And the Forex whole thing was a scam.
Oh,
Okay, because the Forex people definitely
They
fell
were
off the
getting
top of the
rich,
earth.
girl.
They was telling everybody that, oh, if you ain't doing, you're not trying to get rich, you're not
But
trying
was
to
it
get
a
no money.
pyramid? Do y'all think it was like a pyramid scheme? Like only the people at the top was getting the money?
Yes, that's
Everybody else-
exactly what it was. You had to build your way up to become this platinum and da-da-da-da-da-da. Forex person.
I don't want to do no money like that. I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that.
And it reminds me of like COVID when they were doing all of those like scams on Instagram.
Did y'all
It was
do
like,
any?
no.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
What?
What?
Girl, a true hustler can make some money anywhere.
You know what?
So I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna say I did or did. But don't get it twisted. A true hustler gonna make some
Everybody
money.
was up on it. What's the other one? Bitcoin. What is it?
Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Bitcoin is like real.
Oh, that
is real stuff.
I'm gonna let y'all tell me because I'm not up on that. That's more y'all generation. Like seriously, y'all.
Yeah.
What I will say though about y'all generation is that y'all are definitely
innovators.
Yeah, y'all creators. Y'all go getters. Y'all gonna chase the bag. Y'all not even think about a 9 to 5. Like that's a real joke for y'all.
And I've actually, like, I will say, I was just talking to someone. I was like, I know more young boss girls than I do older boss girls. Like, let's just use the definition that we defined as far as boss.
Yeah.
But like, these young girls are different. Like, my little sister is different.
Right.
Like,
I feel like a lot of people try to talk down on our generation because our generation is just very different than
It is.
But I just feel like our generation is just gonna be the one. Like we're gonna be on all. Like we're gonna set all of the trends.
Yeah, but I also think what I don't want y'all to do is to discredit us.
Oh, of course not,
the
Mom.
ones that set the path, paved the way. We had to use our own money. We had to create our own path. And I do feel like the new bosses, the new entrepreneurs, the new influencers, all of that to come. At least y'all had a foundation to follow, because we didn't have one. Like literally, seriously, like me and my brother, some of my good girlfriends, we didn't really have a path. We had to figure it out. At least we're giving you guys a little bit of the map.
Yeah,
but y'all definitely taking it to different levels. I will say y'all are not scared.
Oh yeah.
Right. And like even just going back to being the whole club baby thing, like I just feel like I've learned a lot from you guys, like just growing up into the club, even if it's whether or not it's just like I want to be actually in the club industry and do what it is you guys do. I've learned a lot that I can just take with myself and take it with whatever career it is that I do decide to take upon in the future. I will take it with me and I apply it to my life every day. I feel like just because I've learned so much stuff being there.
Yeah. I agree too as well. And I remember when you first started Thirst and Mars was a waitress. Oh God, Mars, I'm done with this.
Oh yeah, I said I was not coming back.
She went in the kitchen.
One day after brunch, I was like, oh, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
It definitely takes a different level of person. And one of the things that I pride myself on, and I think I say the same thing about your sister, about Tiara, is that we'll work any position. We ain't too good for nothing. So when people walk in here sometimes and see if a cook is, late or not here yet, Tiara's in the kitchen, you get it done. Like that's a boss. You just fill it in. You're not too good to do anything.
And a boss can play all positions if need be.
Absolutely. I agree too as well with that. That's dope.
Absolutely. And I think it honestly comes from starting from the bottom. Like I never was handed anything. My mom owned the club, she owned the bar, but I didn't have to I didn't walk into it and just given my position or anything like that. I learned how to do everything. There's not anything that I haven't done, and it's nothing that I don't mind doing, because at the end of the day, it's all about the money to me. As long as it gets done and as long as I'm doing it well, I can't complain, or I'll never at any point say that I'm good at every single position, because at the same time too, since we're on a conversation of boss, I think bosses know their strengths and their weaknesses, right?
100%.
So it's like, if I can say, okay, I'm weak in this area, let me bring this person in, let me bring this person in. I think that's me really stepping up and being a leader. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. making sure other people can eat, doing what they love to do, and then maybe in the future they'll be able to do that long term too.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that, and I talk about you do need to, learn how to do all things in your business. But unfortunately, everything is not going to be a strength for you. And you do have to be able to fill that gap. You do have to be able to collaborate, because that's what makes you better. If you think about, Amazon and some of these big companies out here, that's not how they started. Some of them started in the garage and started as a small company. And they realized that they had to bring in people smarter than them, people that knew technology, things like that. A boss is able to build the right team and put everybody in the right position, and I relate everything to sports. Y'all know that, right? Because I think LeBron like everything.
Girl, he does not want you.
Yes, he does. And I just think that LeBron know I'm the one. Like, everybody want that female that can just, bring it all to the table. But LeBron is like, he a boss. And I'm saying that because LeBron not only is great at being it's not just great at being an athlete and playing basketball. He's great at bringing his team on board. Mm-hmm. See, here's the thing that I have a problem with is, if you in position and you're able to bring other people along, why we don't do it? LeBron has set the path in regard to, if his boys didn't have what they needed, he made them go get it. Education, training,
I was about to say, because they have to be qualified.
They have to be qualified. But that's what a boss does. You get your people in position to be able to do that. LeBron knows that his focus was playing basketball. So he needed somebody else in all the positions to run the business. Correct. That's when you really become a boss, because you can surround yourself around the right people. Like you said, if they're not qualified, get them qualified. That's boss right there. Seriously.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all know that's my favorite guy.
You love. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I love the whole, that's everything. Clutch, just to watch them and what he's built is just amazing. And I know that the next step for him is when he's finished, he's gonna have a team. Mm-hmm. And I look at myself like that. Like I'm that. Like it's gonna be that. And that's what I see for myself. So, but my first way of doing that is making sure my family's in position. I think a lot of times people say family can't work together and all of those things, but somehow we're able to do it and play our positions. But it is boundaries. Y'all know that's my favorite word, is boundaries
for sure,
and respecting each other, for real. Like, and also just letting people fail and make mistakes on their own. I can't save Tiara. I can't save you on everything. I can't save, my brother. I can't save anybody on everything. Sometimes you got to get your own parachute and you got to save yourself.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And I've definitely had to learn that over time, because I definitely did always try to save every single person. And what I tell you,
yeah,
I got to be worried about me.
Yeah,
put me first. Right. Yeah.
I believe in that. I truly believe in that, because you can't pour from a glass half full.
Correct. Or an empty glass?
Empty glass, right. Okay. Empty or half full. You can't give what you don't have.
For sure.
And so I think you got to build yourself up strong, mentally strong, before you can start, helping everybody else. We ain't saving. Right now, we're not in the business to try to save everybody, but we're definitely here to serve and do what we're supposed to do. So, yeah, I love that word, boss. I can't wait to bring. You know what? We need some people to put something in the chat, put something in the comments. Tell us what you thinking, what you feeling about the term boss. Do you think that what's the word? Is it overrated?
Is it overrated? Is it trendy? Where did it come from?
Is everybody just talking about it? Everybody got a shirt. I'm the boss. I'm the CEO.
And let us know what makes you a boss.
Yeah, that's
what makes you a boss. If you guys think you guys are a boss, let us know what makes you a boss.
Ooh, that's gonna be interesting, child. Girl, Lord have mercy.
And if you think that something we said resonates, please let us know.
Yeah, give us some hearts. Tell us what you thinking, what you feeling about us. This is the first show. So I'm excited. Tear banging already, but I'm gonna leave that alone.
A boss is busy, okay? The phone is always ringing.
Always.
I'm dry. I'm real dry. I don't know what's going on with me, but it's all good. That's for real. So I don't know. I think it's an exciting time for us. Don't talk back to your mama. Mm-hmm. It's about to do some big things, and we're about to bring some real good topics and conversation. And hopefully we can help some people too, in the meantime. The goal is to be able to reach and help as many people as we can. It's also entertain them too as well, because we're an entertainment family.
I think we're pretty entertaining, and at the end of the day, we don't know everything. Like, we're not saying we're walking up here trying to be the most educated business owners and we know every aspect of every business, but I think at the same time, like, our experiences are valuable, and I think a lot of people can relate to situations that we put ourselves in or we're in on a daily basis.
And I think we're here to encourage you. Like, I keep telling people all the time, before you go out here and help everybody else, help your family. Get your family in position. Yeah. Make sure you can build and grow with your family before you can talk about going out here building and growing other people. Because if you can't get your family inspired, you can't get your family on board, if you can't get your family to believe in you and support you, I don't know how easy it's going to be to get other people. You know what I mean? Like, that's real talk. And I'll have people reach out to me and I'll say, call Tiara. That's her lane. That's what she do. That's not what I do. I know her. She's so qualified for this now. Like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's like, it's so funny. I was just talking to someone the other day, and I was saying, like, I'm so lucky to have a family of entrepreneurs. I had a grandfather who always ran his own business. I'm talking about old school. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. When I opened Thirst, I was like, I joined the team of some real hard working entrepreneurs, and that was so dope to me. Like, you couldn't tell me anything. Like, that's the best feeling in the world, because it's like you did it on your own. You know what I'm saying? You made a team, you had people help you, but really you pioneered it. It was your creation in your mind, and it came out. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, like, someone just had to say, like, just do it. Like, what are you waiting for? Like, even if you are a little bit nervous, even if you're unsure, just do it.
Just do it. And you cannot be afraid, you know. And I remember when Tiara first got into this, I wanted to hold her hand. I wanted to be here for everything. And, you know, after a year or so, I was like, she got to figure this out on her own.
And she has to make her own mistakes.
She had to make her own mistakes. And, you know, that was the hardest thing to do, was to let you go and let you just fall. But you were able to pick yourself up and, you know, always keep going, you know, at all times. And, you know, that's the joy for me. And then, you know, looking at Amari and just how far she's come and her confidence, and, you know, somebody didn't want to be in here, but you in here one night, you handling the bar. Like, it's just
I'm like my baby sister. Like, at first, when I'm like, I put her in charge of something, like, you know, her own little lane. She's good at making sure inventory is good. She's good at making the run. She's on time. She's hardworking. I was just like, oh my God, is everything gonna be okay? But it's like, wow, she showed up and showed out. So it's like, you just never know what your family's
I'm always going to show up and show out. And even if I don't show out sometimes, I'm going to show up and I'm going to try my hardest, whether it's effective or whether it's not. Because, like I said, everybody isn't great at everything. But so far, everything that I have been put in charge of have managed, I've been pretty great at what I've done. Everything that my mom has put me in charge of, or Tiara. True. And I just want to say I really do thank y'all for everything that y'all did. Try to, you know.
Absolutely. But like Tiara said, to go back to the, you know, it all started with y'all papa, which is my dad, and, you know, just seeing him every day, and him, you know, telling me, and Lord, we need to get up and get out of this bed, and we need to go work this candy truck, or we need to go work this seafood business, or, you know, when the pallet business started, you know, Lord had to jump onto that, and I'm just so grateful for those experiences. And I just think that, you know, as parents, we have to begin to really support our kids' dreams. You know, we talk about really building wealth. And, you know, I think the key to building wealth is through business ownership. I also think it's through real estate, but it's also through the goals of your kids and your loved ones. You know, seeing Tiara do this is so much not about me anymore. It's so much about y'all. And so that's the joy and the glory for me. And then seeing y'all, I think y'all are bosses. Tiara says she's not. Tiara's a real boss. Like, girl, you be handling this stuff around here, you know. And I just like you do that well. And I think that other thing is people respect you, and now Mari's starting to get that same respect. You know, you're not just Tiara's little sister, you know.
Yeah, because I've always been known as Tiara's little sister,
and I've always been Tanya and Titi daughter.
You got to start somewhere. You're gonna, you know.
Yeah.
You were known as
LT's daughter.
LT's daughter.
Yes, always. LT daughter, that's his kid. So, yeah, I just think that's what comes with it. But, I think I have great pride. Now I just have so much pride in that, like, oh, my Taylor. Like, for sure.
I love being Tiara's little sister.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
allegedly.
it.
It's even allegedly.
No, she does. She really does. And just seeing her and y'all relationship is just so powerful. And I think y'all can encourage so many siblings. Because I watch some of these TV shows and they don't get along. They don't like each other. They're fussing with each other. One has made it but not helping the others get on point. That's not cool. Tiara makes a path for you. She makes a path for everybody that has come in this door.
But that's what's been passed down, though. So it's like, you never ever shortchanged me. Like, I'm your daughter and I'm so young, but it's like at the same time you empowered me to make decisions and do my own thing. So why not pass that same thing on to her? Like, this, this connection between us three is just so different and unique.
It is. I wouldn't change it for nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah. It's crazy though, because it's like, because me and Tiara do have kind of like a big age gap.
Yeah.
Normally siblings that do have such a big age gap, they don't get along.
Yeah.
And they do. And me and Tiara, actually, we get along very well. Like, people will be surprised. Me and Tiara get along very, very well. Like, we're best friends. We get along so well. And we don't argue. We don't fight. Nothing like that.
We might argue for like an hour. And then I'm like, Mari, I'm so sorry. Why are you not talking to me?
Yeah.
It's like, what is wrong with you?
Yeah, because the arguments are not real arguments.
Yeah. And I have to continue to remind y'all to don't talk back to me. And I have to continue to call one and be like, well, what she's doing? She hasn't called me. She's not talking to me. Or I have to call Tiara and be like, what's wrong with Mari? She's not texting me back. What's going on? And so I just appreciate our relationship, and it just works. So I hope, guys, you're getting inspired. I hope that, we're able to kind of show you that all things are possible, but it takes work. And that's a whole nother topic, a whole nother day.
A whole nother topic, a whole nother day.
What it has taken to get us to this point, though, it's definitely been a work, and it's been a journey.
And just to, not to cut you off, but like just to close everything out, because of course we don't want to overwhelm everyone.
Yeah.
We want to close every show out with basically, what's something your mama said that you wish you would have listened to?
Well, I can definitely tell you for sure. One thing that my mom has told me that I wish I would have listened when she told me was, everybody is not your friend, and don't let everybody be in your circle. Just because she told me that, and I should have listened to her then and there, but in the end, I ended up having to learn and find that out for myself. So that is one thing that I wish I would have took from my mom when she did tell me.
And I think one of the things for me is I had to be told, whether it was my mom's best friends, LaTanya, you don't have to show up for every fight. Everything is not a battle. You don't have to show up for every single thing, and you don't have to, address it. And that's been one of the biggest things for me, is learning my balance, because I have to admit, Tia probably gets some of this from me. I usually normally I'm going to handle it. I'm going to take care of it, but I really have had to learn. And I remember her always saying, you don't have to show up for everything. What about you, T?
I would say, which might be very simple, but I don't know isn't an answer. I used to say, I don't know, I'll figure it out, or give me time, or I don't know right now. But now I show up and I know before someone asks me. So I don't know is never an answer that comes out of my mouth. I wish I would have listened to that a long time ago. Would have saved me a little bit of heartache and stress. But if you know what could go wrong before something goes wrong, you're in the best position ever.
Absolutely. Preparing before something happens. Preparation is everything.
And being knowledgeable, for sure.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. We made it through our first show.
We did it. Not the first show. We made it.
We made it through.
I hope they like it.
I hope so too as well. All right. Well, I'm excited. First show. Don't talk back to your mama. Tell us what you think. Share your feedback.
And let us know if there's anything that we need to touch on, or you guys think we should talk about, because we're going to be open to talk about anything.
Yeah,
absolutely. I think that at the end of the day, we give raw opinions, and we really have all different perspectives. Like, you're really getting, you know, 30, you're getting 50, you're getting
like
20. You're really getting all perspectives and
all age groups. Yeah,
all age groups.
That's
for
pretty
sure.
dope. That's pretty dope. So, how do they tune in? How do they find us? So, I know for sure we'll be on YouTube. You'll be able to see us visually, like I said. You know, we're not bad on the eye. So, you'll be able to catch us on YouTube.
and Spotify,
Apple Podcasts.
Instagram, you know, I'm going to blow up Instagram and Facebook. And, you know, if you want to follow us individually, you can reach me at I am Latanya Taylor on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me there.
I am Tiara Taylor. Oh, wait. I stole your whole name. The Tiara Taylor.
and you can catch me on Instagram and TikTok at my name Amari.
Alrighty. I think that's it, girls. A good ending to our first good show. And we want to thank you so much for tuning in to Don't Talk Back to Your Mama. Yay.